Hi everyone, meteorologist Chad Evans here with a look at your daily weather forecast video, sponsored always by Trent Johnson State Farm. Trent is my agent.com. A lot of wind, rain, even a little isolated thunder, and almost like a little bit of a squall line, a little narrow line of heavier gusty rain coming in, wind-driven rain at that, between about 4 and 7 p.m. Again, could have an isolated rumble of thunder with that. And overall in this forecast, it's mild to warm right up through New Year's. There could be a few little random cold bouts, but nothing significant. There's no significant or substantial snow ahead. Maybe a dusting of snow tonight, early tomorrow morning. I really think we're going to have to wait until early January, very early January, to get a decent cold burst in here that's a little more sustained with a clipper system with some snow. And then we'll warm up and thaw and rain, but then it's that mid-January where we see a potential winter storm and then temperatures dropping back below zero with significant cold returning. Now today it's just windy to very windy and mild. Look at that, it's 53 at the Purdue Airport, 53 Pine Village. Nearly everyone is at least 50 degrees, exception Rochester at 48, 46 Logansport, but it's 52 at Round Grove and Remington and 54 at Cayuga. But these gusts continue to increase, and over the past several hours we've had gusts measured a size 53 miles an hour at the Kentland Airport, gusts of 46 for Round Grove, pushing 50 at Fowler, 44 at Attica, 34 at Winnemac, and 39 at the Flora Airport. And these strong wind gusts will continue, and they may be rather concentrated with that little line of heavier rain that'll be coming in out of Illinois right along the cold front. But at least for now, some more showers here coming up from the southwest here in Montgomery County, a few up towards Kokomo. Everything's moving to the northeast. There's Greater Lafayette. Another area of rainfall racing to the northeast as well. And given the wind fields being so strong at the mid and low levels, with any of these showers, we could tap in and enhance the wind energy getting down at the surface. So some gusts here, certainly 40 to 50 can't be ruled out, even perhaps a little bit higher than that as they move through any particular area. A few more showers moving up towards Morocco and Enos as well. These, again, all moving to the northeast, but here's your cold front. That shows up well, and that looks like a line of storms, right? If it were more unstable, this would be a severe weather situation, but it's not warm and unstable enough for severe weather necessarily. Now, we have had some tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings in far eastern Missouri and parts of southwestern Illinois where, again, there's a little more cape, there's a little more instability, but very sheared environment showing up on radar here. But this will pass through as a narrow line of heavy rain, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder. And again, the winds may be a little enhanced as this goes through. So some gusts, 45, 52, 54, something like that, as this blows through between 4 and 7 p.m. And then there's still a little rain back behind it as well. And then there's a little bit of that little line of heavier rain going all the way up to the south side of Chicago. Again, this is racing to the northeast. So between 4 and 7, this will impact the area. And within that line, this is looking in kind of south central Illinois. You can see these little notches within the line. And normally, these little notches would be little areas of rotation, even some damaging wind. Again, the shear is there for a severe weather event. We just don't have enough instability. So if we could just add temperature, say, to the 60s, add a little more cape to the equation, and I guarantee you these storms would probably have severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings on them today. Regardless, the rain comes through tonight with time, and then the snow showers follow behind it. We can see that here with a projected radar. So there is the rain showers coming up. There are the rain showers coming up from the southwest. There's your line that comes through, a heavier rain and some thunder right there, and some enhancement to that wind, and then some rain behind it. Backside of that rain may mix or change to a little bit of snow, but it's the snow showers that pivot in behind it tonight as temperatures fall that will bring the dustings of snow here and there after anywhere from a third potentially now up to 7/10 of an inch of rain. I upped that just a little bit for the area. The problem is that a lot of the ground is still frozen. The top 2 inches may be thawed, but we need a longer duration of warmth to really get the ground to thaw. So hopefully we can get the ground to thaw and break open a little, so some of this will absorb, because technically we're still quite dry and in a rainfall or precipitation deficit, that is, that we've really had since mid-August for the area. There are your projected snowfall amount. So you can see 0.1, 0.2, 0.4, 0.3, there's a 0.7, 7/10 of an inch of snow. Notice how the amounts vary greatly. So it's a situation where one area gets a 1/2 inch of snow, and then maybe a mile north of there's very little, if anything, and then you drive into another light dusting, and then maybe another 1/2 inch of snow here and there. This is due to the scattered nature of the snow showers tonight. Keep in mind, 1/3 of an inch of snow, a 1/2 inch of snow, even though a lot of it's going to blow around, blow off roadways, if it can stick on a roadway a little bit better, you got to watch for a few slick spots here and there. So once those snow showers pivot through out of the area, we'll start to get some sunshine tomorrow morning. And really, it's pretty tranquil right through not only tomorrow, albeit cold and kind of gusty in terms of the wind. It's tranquil into Saturday. It warms up Saturday as a warm front moves northward. The winds go back to the southwest. We got a front that comes through Saturday night with maybe a couple showers. And then beyond that, it's colder on Sunday, but just like that, the high moves on and the winds go right back to the southwest. And this brings in moisture and it brings in warmth. And it's going to be quite warm for the week of Christmas, specifically on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. In fact, on Christmas Day, we may have temperatures that are within 2 or 3 degrees of tying a record high. The record set way back in 1982. And the showers and a little thunder on Christmas Day then turn to a slightly cooler weather the day after Christmas before we warm up yet once again towards the 28th. As, again, warmth is dominant here. Any little bit of cooler air coming in, colder air coming in is short and brief. It's all temperatures above normal that dominate this forecast. But once we get to about January 1st or 2nd, look what happens. The colder air begins to come in. So a little bit colder air comes in. We may have a clipper with a little minor accumulating snow. Then it warms up again and we thaw and rain. But this is a bigger cold wave to watch in mid-January. Big shot of Arctic air. Our lows may drop below zero. Our temperatures way below normal, and this could follow a little winter storm event that brings snowfall. So mid-January, it's looking much more active for winter weather as a strong Arctic high, tremendous Arctic high comes in. So once we lay down that snow, much colder weather will dominate for a few days in mid-January. But tonight, we're seeing the cold come back in. Not quite that cold, but we're still down to 17. The wind's gusting still 38 to 48. But keep in mind this afternoon, especially with the band of rain, we may have gusts 45, 52, 53, gusts like that through the day. And some snow showers tonight. Watch for local dustings and little coatings here and there as well, with wind chills dropping below zero to the single digits. They are the lows at 15 to 19. Tomorrow, colder day, 28, 26 to 32, doing it for highs. Your wind chills teens in the afternoon, windy early, then the winds relaxing in the afternoon, and more in the way of sun will appear as well. Now, we'll look to Christmas. If you like warmer weather, again, no white Christmas this year. 61 for the high temperature, though, is projected on Christmas Day because that front is slowing up. The cold front should come through in the evening. So a few scattered showers at 7 a.m., cloudy, windy, with temperatures warm in the low 50s, 58 at noon, windy, and then more in the way of showers, even a couple thunderstorms, a little thunder thrown in during the late afternoon, with 61 degrees for projected high temperature. The all-time record is 64, set in 1982. But note the highs anywhere from 58 in the north to around 60 to the low 60s in the heart of the forecast area, and as high as about 64 degrees down towards Kingman, Waveland, Rockville, and Cayuga. 35 on Sunday after that warmer weather at 48 on Saturday. Again, maybe a couple showers Saturday night with the cold front. 40 on Monday, 47 Tuesday. We turn breezy, maybe a few spotty showers developing, especially late in the day. Windy and some showers on Christmas Eve, but 54, 50 on Christmas morning with some showers, and then more than way some showers and a couple thunderstorms late in the afternoon, but 61. That Friday and Saturday, we're in the 40s. We get a little cooler, and then we bounce right back up to the 50s or the 60s around the 28th. It's going to be, again, early January once again before we find colder weather and more in the way of snowfall.